Cam. Salmon Cam.
All right, we're finally back.
Yeah. Okay. So, what you had to do the thing. You had to go tell Cloud that Sephiroth's here.
Okay.
So, go.
Actually, I'm just curious. If you go back to Sephiroth, does he still standing there?
Oh yes, he should be. You can go check.
Like, what happens if you talk to him?
I don't know.
Can you fight him again?
But yeah, so you beat Sephiroth, and so you know what my strategy was?
Hold on, I just want to see what happens. Okay, so you could just talk to him. Tell Cloud, or do you want to be something?
No, you can do that.
Tell Cloud to get over here. Say that Sephiroth wants to settle things. All right, so you don't refight. All right, so now we know for a fact we've beaten him.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So you know what I did? How I fought him?
How did you fight him?
You remember how sometimes it would take 2 horizontal slashes, 3 horizontal slashes?
Yeah.
I noticed that, so I didn't really memorize it. What I did was I had Oblivion equipped, and I was like, he teleports out sooner when I combo in the air. So what I did was I put as many combo pluses on the ground as possible. I didn't pick shield like you, so I actually had more. I think I picked sword. Mm-hmm. So I had a really long combo on the ground, and then I go in the air. And then when he teleported out, I would react to it and do aerial dodge.
That's interesting.
Since aerial dodge would block the teleport slash, and it would keep me in the air longer. So I didn't have to worry about the flash either.
Yeah.
That was just super consistent. Once he got to phase 2, it was, vicinity break on the orbs, but otherwise same thing. Whenever he did Heartless Angel, I did Trinity Limit.
Yeah.
And then, so, that's basically it. I also, made sure to do as many Zentesticans as possible. For the meteors, for the phase at the end, I was actually able to just the third phase. I was actually able to just block his ground slashes. For the meteors, I remember doing both gliding around it and just doing Trinity limits. What it was is I took a couple of tries to figure out the teleport, the thing about teleporting, and then it was when I changed my abilities to make my combo just the right length. Yeah. That's when I won. What
I realized something which I don't think is actually how his teleporting works, but is similar. What I realized is that, so I don't remember what attack, the first attack after you bounce him in the air, where he sort of spins and hits him twice.
Yeah.
I don't know what attack that is, but that attack, sometimes you might have noticed it misses partially, where it only hits twice. Or only hits once, rather.
Go to your ability list.
If it only hits once, then I've noticed that a lot of the time I will not get a third horizontal slash out.
Okay. You may possibly be right. I think it might be aerial sweep. It's not aerial spiral. I'm pretty sure it's not aerial spiral. Because aerial spiral is when he spins and goes up, right? And you don't do that after finishing leap because you're already in the air. I'm pretty sure it's aerial sweep is what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's. I think it's this one. Yeah. So aerial sweep, right? So sometimes that hits only once. And when that happens, for whatever reason, he'll teleport out one horizontal slash earlier.
All right. Well.
Let's go. Yeah. This is it.
So that's why I thought maybe his what?
Okay,
that's
so
what I thought.
I don't know if what you're saying is true. If it worked for you, good.
His revenge counter might be hits based.
It works for you, good. But I don't know how true that is, because I'm going to tell you how revenge counters work. I've sort of been misleading you about revenge counters work, not because I want you to do things wrong, but because I didn't want you to, like, basically because I didn't want to tell you the answer. Like, nice. I didn't want to tell you the answer right there, and I also didn't want you to like probably get too confused. Like with trying to count revenge counters that way, because you know most of the time you're figuring out revenge counters, you're not even out of position to make use of it properly. Now you're in the end game, you can, but I still want to wait for Sephiroth, because Sephiroth is a little bit weird, and in fact I don't even know if it's proper to call the teleport / a revenge counter. Okay, so here's what revenge counter is. It's not based on hits or types of hits or anything. In fact, it works the same for every boss. And in fact, most bosses, there are exceptions, most bosses have the same revenge counter.
Why did I go all the way to Merlin's house?
I think you were trying to go to the Gummy ship, but then you ran out of drive anyway.
Cloud. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted to kill all the enemies because I was in drive, but whatever. Because Cloud is in the burrow, right?
Yes.
So I have to go back. But that's fine. I've already killed everybody. So you can.
So most bosses have a revenge counter of 12.5.
12.5 what?
That's just their value, and every single attack that you have has a revenge value. And depending on the type of attack, it's different. So I have a list here. Now I can't read Japanese, so it does say some little notes around some attacks. So Alright,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can't really, unless you're like really digging into like the wiki and stuff, you can't really make easy use of that.
Yeah, but so for example, ground vertical swing 1. However,
Sounds a Cloud.
Have you seen Sephiroth?
No, maybe I shouldn't. Of course, it'll only destroy the whole world and everything. He's in the dark depths.
I see. So I guess it's time we settled this.
Cloud.
And then you had to go back after them.
Okay.
Yeah, so for example, like ground vertical swing 1, ground horizontal swing 1, ground thrust 1. But then ground vertical spin swing, I think that's talking about vicinity break is 3.
Huh. Yeah, that is weird. Those values seem like they're too high. Because I was getting like I was also trying to count my moves. And I noticed that at least in Berserk, right?
But don't think about Sephiroth. As I said, Sephiroth's a weird one.
Okay.
But think about when you're fighting the other bosses like Demix. I
think it works.
I led you to the conclusion that it was 3 finishers, but that's not quite true. It's just that your finishers had much higher values than your individual swings, so you would definitely trip it. Because like aerial, let's see, where's aerial finish? Aerial finish is 3.5, and
maybe I can finally get that now.
Yeah, aerial finish is 3.5. You also I don't remember, you did finishing leap on Demix.
Yeah, I feel like I can probably get this now.
So
yep, there we go. Finally.
So yeah, like finishing leap was 3, and then aerial finish was 3.5. So like that's already 6.5 right there.
Yeah, that's already half.
Yeah, basically. And then with your other attacks going into that, you would definitely trip it on 3rd. Now here is why I say that what's it called?
This is it.
the teleport slash isn't really a revenge counter because he only really does it in the air. He takes a lot longer for him to do it on the ground, which I don't know why that is. Like, pretty much he acts differently if he's in the air. He acts differently depending on whether you did finish it or not. It's like revenge value isn't really like what you do against him. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm definitely not going to tell Sam because this does not apply here.
Oh yeah, where was this Goofy shield? Akashic Record. Cool.
Yeah, that's the books that the Heartless use. Now here's something.
Probably not better than this, but
here's something.
Oh, it is. I mean, less defense probably, but let's actually use this.
Yeah. All right. So here is something very interesting. There's another reason why I'm not going to consider Sephiroth's teleport a revenge counter, or at least not the normal type of revenge counter, because there's a special property with horizontal slash. Horizontal slash's value. Horizontal slash's value is 1.5. Right? However, it has a special property that it does not trip the revenge counter once you reach it.
Huh.
Like, it will add the revenge counter, and it will go up, and it'll go to higher than 12.5.
Yeah, so that would make even less sense.
Horizontal slash itself cannot ever trip the revenge counter.
Yeah, that would make even less sense because he was teleporting after...
Yeah, after horizontal slash.
Yeah.
But that's why the Berserk Charge strat worked.
Yeah.
That's why you could skip the phase with Berserk Charge horizontal slash. Only, for some reason, only after he does the launcher and you do retaliating slash. Like, remember when he first tried it, you could do a long combo, but he would eventually get out. But with horizontal slash, it's longer because for some reason in that phase, he actually has like a regular revenge counter, and just horizontal slash just doesn't work, doesn't trip it. And the reason why he would eventually get out is because of another thing, which all bosses also have: HP barriers, which you definitely know about.
Yeah.
It's, when he switches his phases. So yeah, I like. You know what I think it is? With the teleport slash. Do you remember how when there's actually kind of two types of revenge counters. One is a forced revenge counter. That's the one that happens after you 12.5. The other is not. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like. Do you remember, like with Demix, it was either you do 3 finishers, or he lands.
Yeah.
That's what it basically is. I don't know what the exact condition is, but Sephiroth is having that alternate thing where it doesn't matter how much you hit him, he'll just get out. I don't know how or why it works. I don't know, I didn't study Sephiroth. I just know how to beat him.
Nice Danganronpa pose.
Hold on, before we talk to him, let me just explain. So basically, I think he's just getting out of hit stun early with horizontal slashes and then teleporting out. Which is why I'm like, your theory about aerial sweep might be true, but it might not because it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, all I know is that's what I've observed. Like, definitely...
Yes.
Definitely the aerial sweep hitting, the second hit connecting or not.
If that is consistent for you, then go for it. As I said, don't...
Well, it's not
don't
consistent.
apply.
That's why I'm like,
Don't
I
apply-
don't think that's the whole story, and that's why like this stuff about revenge counters probably the actual truth is buried probably somewhere in something related to that.
Like it's like this, Sam. This is how revenge counters work, absolutely. But every boss also has more things on top of it. HP barriers,
Yeah.
whether they get launched or not, stuff like that. So just
This could very well be a like Sephiroth specific thing that has nothing to do with revenge counters. All
Yeah.
I can say is What helped me a lot during the fight was realizing that if aerial sweep hits only once, usually you can only do 2 horizontal slashes, and that helps because it means I don't need to press square a 3rd time, and when I do that, I can react to whatever he does, and I won't get hit by his normal ground combo or by his super slash or whatever, and die or take a lot of damage, and then have to use cure or something, and like I lose momentum early, right? So not realizing that helps because it means I can keep my magic for later, I can use my limit later, and all those things help to get me to phase 3, where then all I really need to do is make sure I'm in limit and just use limits at the right time.
There is one.
I think I finally beat.
There is one more thing I want to tell you about revenge counters. Once you reach 12.5, that's the forced retaliation point. Once they do the forced revenge counter, their value goes all the way back to 0. Gradually.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, it's not like super slow or anything, but it is possible to hit them before it reaches 0, and that can cause revenge counters to seem inconsistent. That's another thing that I was saying. But I was like, I think I have an idea, because sometimes you just do 2 combos really fast.
That was happening against Sephiroth.
Yeah,
that might be why it's inconsistent. Because I actually did notice, if I didn't hit him for a while, like if I just let him drop and then he did a different phase or something, or if he was, I think that's also why. Yeah, you know what? I think that makes sense, because I think that's also why after he did the super slash, whether or not the aerial sweep hits him twice, I usually still can get 3 horizontal slashes out, because he usually only uses that move after a delay where he's walking around on the ground. Not all the time. Sometimes he goes into it immediately. Yeah. But most of the time, he's going to wait, and in that time, his revenge counter has probably gone back to 0.
Yes. Last thing. This chart that I'm looking at, which lists every attack in the game, including limits and Roxas's attacks when the short time you play as him.
Interesting.
It does not list going into a dry form, which is, I don't know if that means that it's 0 or if maybe they just don't have it. It is a Japanese list. So yeah, it's just very interesting. Anyway, you could go talk to him.
All right. I hope I don't have to fight him a second time.
Did you give him my message?
Maybe. Sorry to keep you, Sephiroth.
That didn't sound like Cloud.
How did you get? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Cloud. You'll never let go of the darkness.
Shut up.
I need that as a gif.
You'll never let go of your past.
His sword actually looks like way too short because of the.
Get him!
What even was that sound? Charging up a fireball? It's a cool fight. Watch for his revenge counter, Cloud!
This fight looks more like Dissidia than anything.
Absurd. Defeating me is meaningless. You know that more than anyone, Cloud. No matter how many times I fall, your darkness keeps calling me back.
Wrong.
Tifa, stay back!
How can I? I want to help you.
You can't. He'll never let go of the darkness.
He doesn't have to. He just needs someone to surround him with light. The darkness will be there, Sephiroth, but in a place you can't reach.
Is that right? Let's see what this light of yours can do.
Ha!
No!
Jeez.
Godhand.
Look out!
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Cloud, you can
I can't
have
whistle.
my light.
The light doesn't suit you.
I can whistle, I just can't do that one.
Stop!
He's got to go through the web. He stored it.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Where'd they go? Do you think they made it back to their own world?
They went somewhere else. Cloud went to fight a great battle. To defeat the darkness inside him.
Gone again.
What will you do now?
Guess I'll keep looking.
Got any leads?
Don't worry.
Any leads?
Light is easy to find. I gotta go. Here. This is for helping me out.
But wait, when did we help?
You just fought him, Sora.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything to him.
I mean, yeah, but
Sora realizes that fight didn't actually do anything, huh?
nice. Has great range and strength, but maximum ground emitter combos are decreased by 1.
That's right, Sam. It's combo minus. Which is actually very useful because a shorter combo means you get to finish yours faster.
That's true.
So, yeah.
So, interesting, though, that I don't get one-winged angel. Or maybe that's
that's the Kingdom Hearts one. Fenrir is clouds. You can equip it if you want.
Yeah.
Although if you do equip it, you have to realize that it does kind of make your combo pluses.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just equip it just for a little while.
Well, we'll see how useful it is.
It is very useful because it has. It's like I think it's like the longest keyblade in the game. A lot of
Is one-winged angel even in this game?
no.
Okay.
Also notice it's based on a like a modern key.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of the Mushroom 13 strategies actually revolve around Fenrir.
Interesting. Not that it matters. We did them all.
Yeah, I wasn't able to tell you those strategies.
All right. Well.
So we could do a couple things.
Yeah, what next?
So, there's the Paradox Cup.
Oh yeah. Would you recommend that?
I would recommend that. I would recommend doing that before Cavern of Remembrance. Absolutely. The other thing you could do is Gummy Ship missions.
Why don't we do Paradox Cup? And if that is too tricky, since I don't want to get like horribly stuck in an area for like 5 episodes again, at least not for a while.
I think you should. I think you'll be able to do at least a couple of the tournaments.
Yeah. I can definitely feel the power of this Keyblade.
And how long it is, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm pretty sure Combo Minus is an actual ability you can get by level up too.
Interesting.
And like you can like.
Oh, my drive gauge is higher. C7.
Yeah, you got a drive gauge power up when you kill Sephiroth.
Oh right, you're right.
So yeah, now you have 8. That's 2 limit forms.
Holy fuck.
And you might be like, wow, being able to store 2 limit forms would be pretty useful against Sephiroth. But on the other hand, the other drive gauge power up, I'm pretty sure, is locked behind the hardest boss in this game. So, yeah. That's not happening. Not on your first run. Hardest boss. Let's call him Unknown 2. He actually has a name. It isn't a spoiler to tell you what his name is, because it basically is the same thing. It means the same thing as unknown. So why don't I tell you?
Okay.
So that you know how to refer to him. Lingering Will.
Lingering Will.
Yeah. But since you've actually played all the games that came out after 2, you'll know who he is immediately.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna tell you who he actually is, because you know how Unknown was actually Xemnas, and then you play Kingdom Hearts 2 and you find out it's Xemnas. That's what Lingering Will was supposed to be. But we didn't play the games in release order, so you'll actually know immediately, which is still fine because you'll still be like, oh, oh, that'll be fun. But it's a little ways away. I don't want to do that until after Cavern of Remembrance. Strength increase, nice. Oh, by the way, the other thing that you didn't do, you know what? I didn't do it, but you know what? Everyone does against, like, almost everyone. I've only seen one person not do it. You know what everyone does against the orbs?
What?
Reflect.
No. That may or may not have been useful. I mean, a lot of the time I didn't have any magic, so...
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked with your Berserk charge strat.
Yeah. But maybe if I was doing a different build, it might...
Yeah, if you were doing the Oblivion build, you probably could have done it.
Alright.
I mean, you also... We're not
Now we
cutting
can
it.
finally get out of here.
Yeah, we're getting out of here. Also, if you were using elixirs instead of potions... That's another thing people suggest to use elixirs.
Right.
Like the actual strategy with what's it called? Heartless Angel is if you can't hit him, time an elixir. That way you get your HP and magic back. But you didn't do that because you're a stud. He's gotta go.
Who needs magic?
You need to go to the lock, right?
Yeah, because... Wait, no.
No. It's top right. You have
to go to the
Hades.
caverns, and then you have to go to, like, into hell. Yeah, you have to go that way.
Yes.
Because you have to talk to Hades, and he's over there. Got that
Yeah, Paradox Cup is multiple tournaments, so...
Interesting. Oh, maybe it's kind of like... I'm just gonna skip all these guys. You know what?
Yeah. No, you should skip it. Yeah.
I was like, they're just little eggs and shit. They're not worth it.
I think... Okay, after you do Paradox Cup, you're basically done with all the Kingdom Hearts 2 content, and then what's left is Final Mix content.
Cool. Welcome to the Hades Paradox Cup.
Pain and Panic Paradox Cup. Remember this.
Yeah.
Limits consume less MP.
Alongside your friends. The drive gauge can't be used, but limits consume less MP than usual. So I'm probably going to need to use a lot of limits.
Yeah. But you have second chance, so I don't think the tournament level matters. Yeah, you have items, you have limits, you have Kiraga.
Yeah, I should be okay compared to Sephiroth, at least. Don't expect it to be easy, but... Unfortunately, the fact that you can't use drive gauge means no summons. That's the only thing that...
Yes. But it's not like, you know... Tinkerbell's Revive doesn't work in this tournament anyway.
I mean, I'd probably use, like, Chicken Little or something anyway, because he was the real...
He was baller.
He was the real MVP. I don't know why I tried blocking it.
Yeah, we gotta remember that.
Those guys will fuck you up.
It's over. Yeah. It's over.
I like this, like, arena.
I'm pretty sure the melee Final Destination look like this sometimes. You don't have an MP. You notice that since your finishers come out faster, you can stagger these guys faster. That's why Combo Minds is useful.
Yeah,
See?
this is actually a much better Keyblade than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, like Combo
Because of how
Minds.
finishers work.
Yeah, Combo Minds is really useful.
It's also easier to get used to than I thought, because like, you know, you just mash, like if you just keep mashing X, it's like, well, whatever, your finishers are still gonna come out. Also, fucking, being able to use that, I am Chicken Little now. Fucking bitch.
So think about this, Sam. You have Kama Minus equipped from the Keyblade, and if you get the ability, and you don't equip any Kama Pluses, what do you think happens? There's basically 2 Kama Minuses and no Kama Pluses.
Your normal are you just using finishers constantly?
Yeah. Yes, you are. And using that knowledge, I think it's... God, I'm gonna be crazy for saying this, but I think it's some bosses might be possible to do without movement in this game. So get hyped for that, Sam. Once I finish this Kingdom Hearts 1.
That'll be fucking cool.
Only if it's possible. I strongly doubt it, but it's a thing. Yeah, you haven't even used any mirrors?
I don't need them yet. I mean, maybe I should use them anyway, but like...
You should at least use them before your MP run, before you have to use Kiraga, but save some for MP for Kiraga.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, actually, I'll use... Just fucking kidnaps that guy.
This combo.
I probably don't need any limits here. Especially not when I have that. In fact, should I just go ahead and use Kyoraga now?
You go ahead.
Because I'll have my MP back by the time this ends.
So you know how Cloud uses that big, heavy Buster Sword, right?
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which is closer to an action RPG, some people complain that Cloud felt too slow and sluggish. And someone's like, it's Cloud, he uses a giant sword. Did you expect him to spin around so fast he makes a magnet?
He threw the book at him.
Yeah, I like how you have Kama Minus from the Keyblade, but since you have Kama Plus attached, you basically just have a regular Kama.
Yeah.
That's you should probably use a limit here anyway.
I probably should have used Trinity. Well, I could.
Yeah, you still could. You have more MP? Looks really weird.
Should I use it again or should I just hit him?
I think you're done.
There we go. Well.
All right. On to the next one.
That was not so bad.
Yeah,
the first
you're
one.
10 levels below, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Huh. Hold on.
Or is that just it?
No, there should be more. How did you get the other ones? Let me look that up real quick.
Maybe you just have to start from round 10.
I doubt it. That just puts you at the last fight. You can do that for fun if you want.
Okay.
But,
Because that definitely felt way too easy. I did get an achievement for this, though, so...
yeah, but there should be a Paradox version of every tournament that you did.
Oh. That's interesting. But yeah, I like Fenrir a lot. That's a good Keyblade. Deceptively good Keyblade. It feels like some some anime shit where it's like oh, I've been using my long combos as a dependency. I've been holding back this whole time. Now you can experience my full power.
Oh. You know, I actually never did all the Paradox Cups too. I was just figuring you should do it, even though I haven't.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because I've never actually gotten these unlock requirements.
Oh, what do you need for them?
For Cerberus Paradox Cup, all forms except final should be on level 5. I don't think I've gone up to level 5. I might have. For Titan Paradox Cup, Summon must be level 5.
Alright, well I
guess for Hades Paradox Cup, all Drive and Summon must be level 7, and I definitely haven't done that.
Alright, well then we may not be able to do those unless we want to grind.
Okay, so...
let's see, where are we at? Well, this is at 6.
No, you're at 4.
Oh, right, form gauge. This is at 4. This is at 4. This is at...
all except final had to be at 4.
Alright.
What's your summon at? Summon.
Summon's at 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so... that's
all right,
not...
well...
alright, so we could either do Gummy Ships, or we could just do the Cavern of Remembrance.
I guess we'll do Gummy Ships now. What time are we at, actually? Are we on time? You know what? I will kill these guys. Fuck it.
Okay.
Especially since...
level up your wisdom form.
If we do want to do this, they need to be leveled, so...
you do need to level up your forms anyway for Cavern of Remembrance. I think, I think you need to get at least one more level. Okay, I think I did get level 5, because you need to get at least one more level on all forms except Limit to clear Cavern of Remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see why.
So maybe we will get a chance to at least do some of them. I don't know about the Hades
level 7
cup. That we may not be able to do that one, or at least we would have to grind off screen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
that feels like it'd be something we'd do actually after even Lingering Will.
Yeah.
And it would not be anywhere near as hard. But I guess it could be a little victory lap for you. Let's cut it. We're basically at 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
See you guys next time.
See ya.